Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today we're talking about The Empty Man, pros, cons. Let's just get this over with. Pros: it's being theatrically released, so yay. Movie theaters have something new to show. You can tell I'm stretching very badly to find any positives about this movie. Well, I guess it is the month of October. It's the spooky month after all. So I guess it makes sense for a movie like this to come out around this time, because it is a horror film. But you may not believe this. Releasing a horror movie in October, it can be kind of hit or miss. For every Halloween 2018, Happy Death Day, Annabelle, Ouija. There's a countdown. There's Paranormal Activity 6. Trying to think of something else. Yeah, for some weird reason, all the horror movies, they love coming out the month before. In September. I mean, you got the It movies, um, The Nun. It's very weird. Well, The Conjuring 3 was supposed to come out in September. That obviously didn't happen, but still, September is, for some reason, it's a more valuable month for horror movies than October. Strange, right? But yeah, uh, I give up. Cons. Okay, so I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably didn't know this movie existed, and I wouldn't blame you at all because this movie had zero advertising until last week when a trailer for this movie dropped on YouTube with no fanfare, no expectations, no excitement, no nothing. It just appeared. And I watched it out of pure curiosity, and it looked like the worst type of horror movie. The most generic, the most ineffective, just the most dollar store horror movie you can imagine. Like, for horror movies to succeed nowadays, you need a couple things. One, you need a strong brand name, like The Conjuring or The Purge or Halloween, something like that. Like, you need a strong brand. You need a strong atmosphere. It needs to actually feel scary. It needs to feel unnerving. It needs to feel uncomfortable. So you need that. Or three, it needs to offer something unique. A different take on horror. This has none of those. It doesn't have a single one of the things I just said. Because even though this movie is based off some graphic novel, I've never heard of it. I some of you out there might have, but I know I haven't. I highly doubt all those fans of the graphic novel are going to rush to see this movie because when it comes to Hollywood's history of adapting really any type of novel, the results the results are very mixed at best and disastrous at worst. So yeah, that's definitely a con. It's just that the marketing started way too late and the trailer looked really bad. Uh, Second con, the next con. I looked at Cinema Score. I haven't looked at Cinema Score in a while, but I looked at the Cinema Score for this movie out of curiosity, and Jesus, it is a D plus, which is god awful for horror movies. But with horror, for some reason, well, actually, I think I know why. When it comes to Cinema Score, the grade can be quite low. It's usually in the C range. Sometimes it can get a B. It's rare for a horror movie to get an A. but it's usually in the C range. I guess my guess is because some people expected to be scared a lot more and they weren't. That's just me. But yeah, a D plus is low for the genre. That's lower than what it should be. It reminds me a lot of like the horror movie Onslaught that happened earlier this year in the back when things were, you know, normal with like what was it? The Grudge, The Turning, Hansel and Gretel and Hansel, Boy 2, just a lot of really bad horror movies that got terrible scores. And this joins the pack. So, yeah, definitely a con. Uh I heard the reviews for this weren't very good, so con. Uh Again, pandemic, nobody's willing to go to a theater. I mean, I know New York theaters have opened up, but I highly doubt anybody is going to rush to see this. So, yeah, that's no. Uh Besides, this movie's going to be irrelevant after October. So this movie has no hope. That's all I'm trying to say. This movie has no hope. So overall, opening weekend, $1 million or less. That's as high as $1 million, as high as I'm willing to go. I know I've been wrong in the past. I was wrong with The War with Grandpa. But the thing is, at least The War with Grandpa, as bad as that movie is, and as terrible as it looked, it at least had something, you know. It looked like a generic family movie that you could take, you know, the whole family can watch. At least that had a clear audience. Like, who's gonna watch this? Like, teens? Adults? Like, who? Exactly. So, yeah. $1 million or less. I'm predicting 2 million overall, and then it will die. It will die in theaters. It will die a terrible death, and no one will remember it after this video. So, yeah. Uh, so that's it for this weekend. I low key wished After We Collided opened wide. The thing is, it's opening both in theaters and VOD, so I can't do that. It's too confusing. But I wish it opened in theaters. I would have roasted the hell out of it. It would have been fantastic. But no, they took the shortcut. They took, they escaped my wrath. But next week, Come Play is now wide. For the longest time, I thought nothing was coming out, and I was like, oh, cool. I don't have to talk about anything. But nope. I have to talk about Come Play. And then I have to talk about Let Him Go, Freaky, Crude's a New Age, Happiest Season got canceled because it's going to Hulu, All My Life, Free Guy, Comeback Trail, Death on the Nile, Scratch Off Coming to America, that's on Amazon, News of the World, Promising Young Woman, Wonder Woman 1984, Monster Hunter, and that's it. That's the end of 2020. Probably the worst year in movie history. For obvious reasons. So, yeah. That's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share. You want to check out more videos like this, I got a playlist on the homepage. I got all of my predictions for all the movies that came out in 2020. As you can tell, it's not exactly a huge list, but don't blame me. Blame life for doing that. But if you want to check any of those out, go right ahead. I've also made, have a canceled videos playlist where I go over all the delays, all the movies that were supposed to come out this year that didn't. I also do recaps where I go over the entire month's box office. But because October and November are so sparse, there's just nothing. I'm just gonna combine the two, just like I did with August and September. So they'll probably come out around early December. So look forward to that. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Bye.